Congratulations, you've gotten yourself a trumpet, and today I'm going to teach you how to put it together, what to look out for, and I'm going to be doing that all with this guy, the YTR 2330, the student line Yamaha trumpet. Let's check it out. Howdy everybody, my name's Andrew King and we are here at Alamo Music. Don't forget to visit us at Alamo Music Center where we have this and so many more items for you to peruse. Today we're going to be going over the trumpet. Today I'm basically wanting to use the YTR 2330, which is a great student model trumpet for anyone to get into, as an example of how to unbox, what to look for, what to not to look for, and just things in general for general maintenance and looking over your trumpet on the new item that you or your student has decided to enjoy. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to open it up. Cool, so we have the trumpet here and ready to go in the case. This trumpet is a very simple instrument in comparison to most. It only comes in one piece and it's pretty much good to go right out of the box, but there are a lot of moving parts that we have to look into, as well as what else goes on the instrument and what you can do to take care of it. So inside we have the trumpet, and then we're going to unwrap that real quick and get it started. All right, cool. So we have the trumpet. Inside, you're going to basically have two main things. You're going to have your trumpet itself with a bunch of moving parts, and this, the mouthpiece. Now, usually, your teacher or anyone is going to ask you to go ahead and get a mouthpiece that they want. Mouthpieces come in a variety of different sizes, so maybe they'll want you to get like a 5C, maybe a 7C, sometimes a 3C. But basically, these are different sizes of the trumpet mouthpiece that they want all the kids to be learning on the same way. So then when they teach, everyone kind of sounds the same and kind of in line with each other. There's tons of different mouthpieces out there, and that's a video for way in the future. But as far as goes, the instruments usually come with one of these. It's a stock mouthpiece, usually in the 5C range, but tend to be a little different from their brand competitors. So just make sure that when you get it, look at the brand that the teacher is looking for and the size that they're looking for. You want to make sure that that's correct based on the supply sheet that the teacher looks at. All right, so the trumpet itself. We have it right here. So usually when you get the trumpet out for the first time, there's going to be a lot of moving parts on it. You're going to have your back slide on the first valve, you're going to have your front slide on the third valve, and then you're going to have this little one on the second valve. This one doesn't move as much, but it is there and it is lubed up as well, so be very careful. You're going to have this, which is your main tuning slide. This is going to be attached to the main part where you put your mouthpiece. Then the air is going to go through the valves and out the bell. This instrument is going to be basic, very basic in the most part, but it is extremely fragile. Any of the parts any kind of minor scratch that happens on the valve right here, this is called the valve casings, anywhere that happens right here is going to nick, and that's going to be pushed into it. These are very exact moving parts. They want as little air to get out of the way into wherever else it can go. So you want to make sure that there's not much scratches or any kind of dents on any of these moving parts at all. When that happens, then it has to be brought to the shop because everything has to be pretty exact to make sure that it's all working the same way. You're going to have your different valves as well. Right here, they're going to be labeled for you as well. So you have your first, your second, and your third. These are going to be maintenance by you with different kind of lubricants, very much so valve oil. There's different kinds of valve oil everywhere. I do recommend the Yamaha synthetic for the most part. Alcas is also a fantastic brand, and anything from the Shilky line is good too, especially their slide grease. Slide grease is going to be used on any of the moving slide parts. So say you're back here on your first valve slide, your third valve slide, or even your main tuning slide right here. You want to use slide grease because using oil on those parts, they don't move as much, but the consistency is going to be much better for these kind of things where it's a large surface area. So you do want to take care of that very well. As far as taking care of the trumpet and everything like that, taking it in for a chem clean at least 6 months to every year is a good idea. Making sure you're using swabs and whatnot to take care of it is also fantastic. Any kind of snake is good, but just be very careful that you're not trying to overdose it with any of those materials. When you're using valve oil or any kind of slide grease, just using a little bit of it goes a very long way for a very large amount of time, so you'll be good to go there. For the most part, there's not much else that comes with the trumpet. If there's something else that's going to be more along the lines of like a cleaning cloth, like a silver polish or a lacquer polish cloth. These are usually microfiber cloths that you can use that you can go across the trumpet, just get smudges, any kind of other unwanted material on the trumpet off. and with leaving it in a really nice shine and whatnot. Usually trumpets come in 2 different lacquer finishes. You're going to have these, which is your standard lacquer finish. You also have what's called a silver finish, which is going to be a nickel plating on top. That like iconic silver color, used mostly for marching instruments, but these silver trumpets are also very good for beginners, especially getting those high sounds, the really nice fast air. But lacquer trumpets do that just as well, and there is some psychological things going on with it, but if you got yourself a lacquer trumpet instead of a silver trumpet, or vice versa, you didn't do anything wrong. These are fantastic instruments, and they go a very long way. I do recommend, if you're going to be getting your first trumpet and you're going to be getting it from anywhere, do it from a music shop. If you get it from Amazon, you're going to find some from the $300 to $500 range, and while that might be a really good buy at first, I only really recommend that for adults. If you're going as a kid or your child is going in for it, get something from the brand like Yamaha, Bach, or even Getson. Those instruments are going to be very well put together, made in good factories, and the warranty and the parts are going to be very available and affordable. When you get it from those more $300 to $500 instruments, or even as low as $200, what ends up happening is the parts are not going to be available, so you're going to have a lot more trouble. And so the basic life cycle is that the kid's going to use it, then it's going to break because they're a kid. The parts in the metal are going to be kind of not great, so what ends up happening is the instrument ends up just needing to be replaced completely, because not many techs are going to want to work on it because the parts aren't available, or the metal's just too weak to do any real work on it, like resoldering or popping off or anything like that. So that's pretty much it with this one. Thank you so much for watching. There's a lot of other stuff to look out for as far as models and stuff, but you can check that all out on our channel at Alamo Music, Brand, and Orchestra. Go ahead and check us out there. Leave a comment and let me know what your first trumpet was. I really do want to hear that. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.